We're back. We're back. So we got disconnected. So we had to start all over again. So for those of you that that are probably going to be tuning in for the first time this afternoon, I will. Hey, hi, nice to get you guys are back. Thank you. We got disconnected. We had like a power cut here in Moorgarten, and so here I am trying to get back to what we were about. For those of you who are tuning in that don't know me, my name is Mahima. I'm an international best-selling author, and I run retreats and workshops all over the world where I help people to get grounded into their power. So what I want to do is help ask powerful questions to support people during this time when you can't go out. And so the only way is in. Okay, so you can't go out. So the only way is in, into your heart, into your truth, into yourself. And I was talking about how our limiting beliefs are what hold us back from taking responsibility for what we're putting out into the world. So in a time like this, it's very easy to feel like a victim. Right? It's very easy to feel like a victim of the circumstances and go into fear, panic, and feeling limited, feeling like somehow you don't have any control. Well, let's talk about what you do have control over, right? You have control over the way you think, feel, and therefore your actions. So let's get excited. We have some control. Now we need to just take control of what we have control of and let go of what we don't have control of, right? So we can't control how much time we have on this planet, right? So even if you decided, oh, I can't take it anymore, and you decided to do something, it doesn't always work. You guys know those stories. I know somebody that has, in fact, okay, at the age of 14, because of a whole bunch of issues that had happened to me, I actually tried to take my own life at 14 years old. Yeah. I was living in Zimbabwe. I was very disturbed as a young teenage woman. There was sexual abuse happening to me that I couldn't tell anyone about because I didn't know the language of how to share this. I didn't know who would tell me. No one asked me, no one taught me to protect myself, to feel free to talk. I was scared. I was scared of my own mother, maybe not believing me in me or whatever. I didn't have anywhere to go. I just felt trapped. I felt trapped in my story, and I felt my emotions were taking over. And all I could think of is how wonderful it would be to end the suffering and end the pain that I was in. So I decided to take a bottle of pills, and, luckily for me, it didn't work. And I, was rushed to the hospital by my parents and my sister, and, came back home. And so about 2 years after that, I left home at a young age, 16, because I, again, felt like I couldn't take it anymore in my parents' house, where I didn't have the freedom to be honest with what was going on. I didn't have a voice, I didn't have strength, I didn't have energy. So I know what it feels like to feel like you are in a corner, and to feel like you don't know how you can continue, or to be overwhelmed with emotions. And that's why I'm such a strong advocate for self-empowerment, right? I wish I'd been taught the tools that I teach people on how to stay grounded, stay loving, stay centered within yourself. I wish someone, while I was growing up, had given me the tools to be mindful, to be emotionally in balance, to understand my voice and to speak my truth. These are all things I've been fortunate enough to learn as a young adult, because life took me by chance to this place where it was an ashram in India, where in my first ever meditation, I had an awakening. And that showed me that everything, and I mean everything you're looking for, is already inside of you right now, right? So redirecting your focus from external to internal is the game that the world is asking us to play right now. We have no choice. We finally have to face ourselves, right? And you can feel either super uncomfortable and in a lot of emotional pain and drama, or you can, start looking for solutions to how can you find an inner peace, a love, and a joy that is not dependent on outside circumstances, events, or people, right? So I know what it feels to feel at rock bottom and feel like you're really desperately out of control. But I also know what it feels like to find your grounding, to feel grounded, to feel peaceful, to feel joyful, to feel free from suffering, free from pain. And it is not as difficult as we have led to believe. So even when I travel around the world teaching this to people, one of the things that I get back the most is I can't believe how fast it was for me to reconnect with myself, right? Because we think it's this huge, huge journey. In my first ever meditation, a 2-hour session, my life changed completely. I was able to disconnect from the pain, disconnect from the suffering, and go into a state of calm, bliss, and joy. Nothing in my external environment had changed. That's the exciting part about this. So it's not like, I won the lottery. I suddenly met the love of my life. I got the job that I did. Nothing had changed. I was still divorced. I was still lost and didn't know what job I was going to do. I was still, desperately seeking answers to some of the most powerful questions in life. So the external was still very much the same. What changed was an internal shift, and I understood myself in a new light. Okay, so I don't know. I hope you guys are feeling me. Heidi is saying, what a beautiful glow and shine there is around you as you share your story and this powerful message. Thank you, Heidi. It's someone saying happy birthday. It is my 49th birthday today. So I'm excited to be here online and sharing with you guys. Let's see what others are saying. Reinhold is saying happy birthday. Lots of birthday greetings. So I'm also, I want to encourage those of you that know about this inner peace, power, stillness that I'm talking about, to start sharing and spreading the news to other people. We think people are not ready for this. We think this is some spiritual hoodoo, bullshit that the world is not ready for. And it's all not true. It's our limiting beliefs that stop us from sharing the truth that we know, right? There's a universal truth and the world is ready for it, right? We cannot sustain what we're doing. It's unsustainable, right? So this crash is getting us to redirect. Now, you've had a crash in your own life, haven't you? There's been a moment where you crashed. I just talked about my crash when I was 14, right? That definitely brought me somewhere. And then there was a time when I was 22 years old and separated from my first husband, Chris. And that was another crash that changed my life into a positive, right? And leaving home, leaving Zimbabwe and starting to travel around the world, there was another shift in my life. So life is a continuous journey of learning, growing, and expanding. This situation is just another day on planet Earth. Okay, so you can make it into a huge drama, or you can understand it for what it is. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to learn something about yourself and the world. So maybe before all of this happened, you were fully engaged in thinking that all of this work and all of this external stuff was super duper important, right? And now that all of that's been cut off, it gets you to redirect your focus. And this is a gift. Yeah. Because now you've got to do the work, whether you like it or not, right? We've got to all be doing the work. So I want to encourage those of you that know that you're put here on this planet. You've already been doing the work to empower yourself to now be the guide and the light for others. And that's going to show up with coming out of hiding and coming into the light and sharing your message, right? And it's a message of love. It's a message of vulnerability. It's a message of, this is what I've learned about myself. And so if I can help you in any way to elevate your spirit, if I can help you in any way to feel better, then I'm going to use my voice, I'm going to use my knowledge, and I'm going to use my wisdom to speak out in a time where people need this, right? So if you're listening to this and that's what you needed, that's awesome, right? To just understand it's time. It's time for you to speak up. It's time for you to lead. It's time for you to support other people with meditation, to let people understand that you can control your mind. You absolutely can. And when I discovered that, my life changed forever. Before I discovered that, I was a prisoner of my own thoughts. Think about that. Like my thoughts were literally like a cage that I was living in. That cage was a cage of poverty. It was a cage of limited thinking about relationships. I didn't believe I was lovable. I didn't believe I could, find a life partner that could, really stay with me and grow and learn together with me. I didn't believe that I could have, a multi-million-dollar business that's, teaching people and learn. I didn't believe that I could form, impactful relationships that had longevity, that I could create a team and be a CEO. I had limiting beliefs. Yeah. What are your limiting beliefs about your self-development? Because that's really the topic here, right? Some of us have limiting beliefs about our ability to grow. They have these things. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? Why bother trying to change? People never change. People never change, right? There's all these ideas like I'm restless and that's my character. I've always had this anxiety and I'm always I've always been like this. So we've got all these stories running. What if it's just a story and it's actually possible for you to transform starting right now, starting today? Yeah. So I want to invite you if you're on this call to take a breath with me. Yeah. Just take a breath, take a moment to stop. Stop trying to understand. Stop trying to go somewhere. Stop trying to do something. Stop trying to become something. And just take a breath and start to understand being, just being. Just allowing yourself to breathe and become aware of your breath. Become aware of this moment. You can relax. Yes, it's okay to relax. You can give yourself permission to stop trying, stop forcing, stop running, and just be. Just breathe. Just breathe with me for a moment. I want you to sit up a little bit straighter and maybe close your eyes and rest your eyes for a moment. Continue breathing deeply. Nothing exists outside of this moment. Nothing. There's only ever going to be the now. And in this moment, you plant seeds for any tomorrows. What you're planting now, what you're planting personally, is going to grow. So if you're planting peace, love, joy, empowerment, it's a seed. And you keep planting and nurturing that seed. And you don't need to worry about what's going to happen tomorrow, yeah, or the next day, or the day after that. Because what you have inside of you is the real truth. Who you are, not what you have, is the real magic of life. It's who we are as individuals, right? And who you are is what you think, what you feel, and therefore how you show up energetically. That's more important than what you have. And so if you can understand this and start dedicating your life to the internal work, which is about becoming the best version of yourself while you still, while you're in this body. So take a moment, yeah, to just understand it starts with self-love and the willingness to be with yourself and do nothing. Yeah, do nothing. Not like, from a young age, it's let's get the exams, let's, study, let's do sports, let's, hobbies, friends, this, that. So we're used to that. That's like normal, right? To be on that go, go, go. What next? Where next? What do we do next? I'm restless, right? And that doesn't serve us, right? Doing from a place of being, that's powerful, right? So you do your tasks, you do your daily tasks, you go about your business from a place of grounded, centered, and understanding that none of what you're doing really matters. Now, this might be going above some heads, and I'm okay with that, okay? But what do I mean by this? I mean, you came into this world with nothing, you're going to leave with nothing. So all of this is a game. It's a game. Now you can play that game with ease, grace, light, or you can play that game in fear, confusion, doubt, and limitation. You get to choose. It's your game. No government, no people out there get to dictate how your life is going to be played, how your game of life, the space between birth and death, this is your game. Okay? And I'm inviting you to start playing that game with grace, ease, love, laughter, connection, instead of fear, doubt, limitation, hate, anger, confusion, and all these other things that are just a part of the culture these days, right? It's just a default setting for most of us. So, yeah, these webinars are really just about giving yourself permission to stop and be reflective every single day. I talked a little bit about my daily routine yesterday. I got as far as telling you of my morning ritual where I wake up and just do this for a moment, left hand on my belly, on my heart, right hand on my belly, and then I breathe deeply, and then I do the fire breath to get the energy going and the energy up. Then I sit up in bed and I do my meditation. And then I do gratitude. I say everything that I'm grateful for. And then I set my intention for the day. And that's how I start my day. So please hone in a morning routine that puts you in charge of your life. So you're not a victim of circumstances, but rather you are in charge of yourself. So let's start the day with grounding. Let's start the day with perspective. You came into this world with nothing. You're going to leave with nothing. This all is a game, and you get to choose how you play that game. That's the power mindset, where you're not a victim of your circumstances. Now, how has this way of thinking changed my life? Well, I can tell you that it allowed me from 22 years old to travel around the world. Like I have lived from let's say from 22 until I met my husband. I was 28. I was literally just traveling around the world, having a ton of fun. Starting, I decided I was going to be an entrepreneur. So that was the first major decision I made after my awakening. And I just started getting opportunities, because that's what happens when you ground and center yourself. You become a magnet to the things that you want. Yeah. When you get clarity, when you're not in that fear, when you're not in that negative space, you actually become a channel for, being able to have visions of things you want to do. So I had a vision to be an entrepreneur. I had a vision to travel around the world. I had a vision to meet amazing people. And so slowly I started to create what I was thinking. So that's what I want to tell people. What is this all leading to? It's leading to you taking charge of what you're creating, right? Instead of feeling like you've got no control. There's nothing you can control. Like everything that's happening is just, if it's terrible and awful, there's nothing you can do about it. Well, what if there is something you can do about it? What if the belief that there's nothing you can do about it is going to cause you to not be able to seize opportunities that may be arising? Because there's a lot of opportunities out there right now. In all of this chaos, there's opportunity everywhere. Yeah, opportunity to step up and lead, opportunity to find your voice and your true vocation and your true passion. Yeah, opportunity to discover something about yourself that you didn't know, like a talent or a skill. We've had one of our students. He discovered that he was a really good comedian. Yeah, and he had no idea that this was like buried inside of him. And then he started going around like doing live stand-up shows, just after having discovered that, oh my God, there's this gift. He had a gift, a natural gift. And he's gone off and started having a lot of fun with that, right? So this is a time of opportunity to learn, to grow, to expand. And I want you all to start understanding the opportunity and doing the work to untap your brilliance and your greatness. And meditation is the key. It is one of the fastest ways to hack your system. Now, there's a lot of different techniques. There's a lot of different meditation techniques, and that's fine. Start to explore. But what you want to do is understand what meditation actually is, which is the act of self-love. That's what it is. It's loving yourself enough to spend time with you. That's it. Yeah. Like being so into yourself that you're okay to sit and listen. Listen to your thoughts, listen to your feelings, observe, show yourself compassion, show yourself love, show yourself presence. When you can do this, your relationships are just gonna like orbit to the next level. Yeah. Toxic relationships are simply a lack of self-love. That's it. Yeah. The more you love yourself, the less you'll be in toxic relationships, the more you'll be able to deal with relationships in a more powerful way. So coming back to the core of this message, take care of yourself, spend time with yourself, go inward, and know that you have everything you need to be an exceptional human being while all of this is happening. Through all this external drama and chaos, you still get to choose what you think, how you feel, and how you act. Isn't that awesome? You get to choose. You decide what thoughts you want to have, what thoughts you don't want to have, what feelings you want to have, what feelings you don't want to have. You get to choose. You're in charge. Not the media, not the virus, not the people. Nobody's in charge of you except you. So take charge of you and empower yourself. Empower yourself. Find a new way of operating in the world, because that's what we're all going to need. right? The old versions of us are going to need to die a beautiful, death, basically, right? Out of the rubbles of what's happening now, we're going to need to come back stronger and wiser, right? So I don't know what you're being forced to let go of, yeah, because a lot of us have an attachment to our houses, our cars, our money, our jobs, attachment to people, to relationships, to our sports, to being able to do this or do that. So we're being asked to let go of all of it for I don't know how long. Is it going to be another week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? Nobody knows, right? So what a great opportunity to let go and find the real freedom, which is in yourself. Yes. Thank you, guys. I'm going to just go and see if there are any questions here that I could answer. If anyone has a question for me, I want to read some of the comments. As you know, this is my birthday, so I'm getting a lot of birthday greetings. Someone is saying, yes, doing this with inviting people to chat home or simply hum every hour. Yes. Lots of happy birthdays. Ava saying, happy birthday. You're such a beautiful and amazing woman. Love that statement. It's a game. You choose how to play. You're born with nothing and will leave with nothing. That's one of my main things I teach people. And when you understand this, what do you want to do with this precious moment? Here it is. Here it is. What do you want to do with it? Yeah? You don't know how much time you have. So now you have this. I say you only have two choices in life. It's not a multitude of choices. There's only ever two choices. Yeah? You can lean into your positivity or you can lean into your negativity. That's it. Those are the only two choices you're ever making, right? So you can be on this webinar right now and you can be feeling shitty, you can be judgmental, you can be critical, you can be a hater, which is all fine, but you get to choose that. Yeah, you can lean into your joy, into your generosity, into your kind heart, into your loving spirit, and that's all. You only get to choose every minute. You're making a choice. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be right now? Right? And I'm asking you, be the best version of you. Don't wait for some rainy day. Don't wait for your wedding day. Don't wait to get your second child. Don't wait to get your dream job. Don't wait for, your money situation to get better. Don't wait for anything. Start being the best version of you today, here and now. After you leave this webinar, I want you to go to anyone who is in your home, give them a big hug and tell them how much you love them and how much you want to start living life from a soulful place. And you want to invite them to support that journey, to let go of all this negativity, all this anger, all this limitation, and just to start trying to see if we can live with more laughter, live with more peace, live with more love, and live with more connection and compassion. You all know this inside of you. It's inside of you. Yeah. That your soul, your spirit is love. That's why we all connect with that. Love is, love is everything. Love is, is our deepest nature. So now all you have to do is go out and live more of that love. Don't allow what's happening to dictate the preciousness of your life. I can't overstate that. It's your life, your precious life, right? You get to decide how your life is going to unfold, right? By the decisions you make. So keep making good decisions. Keep your high vibrational frequency. That's going to allow your immune system to be boosted and for you to be able to, stay in good health. Yeah. The mind and the emotions do create a place for healing inside of your being. So you want to just keep that. I don't even want to use the word positive because it's beyond positive. Let's go deeper. Keep it real. Keep it real. Yeah. And the realness is everything you need to feel grounded, peaceful, loving, and joyful is inside of you right now. That's it. That's keeping it real. Okay. Your external does not need to be affected by your internal, does not need to be affected by your external. It's the opposite way around. We want to let the internal influence our external environment. And how can that happen now? How can you generate a powerful internal space that creates an external, better life for you and the people around you right now? Okay, good. I think that's it. I think I've said everything I can say here for today, and I'm going to continue rocking this with you guys. So keep breathing, keep looking inside, keep trying to understand more about how you have control, what you have control over, what's in your hands, and what's not in your hands. Yeah, what's in your hands, take care of it. Take care of what's in your hands, your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions in your precious hands. The rest, nobody knows. Okay? But that's something you can control today, starting by doing things that make you and others feel amazing. Okay? I'm going to be introducing something to you over the next couple of days called my Act of Kindness Challenge, which is, doing things that give kindness to people. And I'm going to be posting something on that on all of the channels that I have, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So look out for that. Let's start something sexy together. My act of kindness is being here and giving these free webinars to anyone that needs support right now to figure out how can I take charge of myself and be in control of what's happening in my life right now, right? So I want to just support people with that information. And so let's see, the homework off of this call is to do a morning routine. If you don't already have one, get a sexy one and just get your whole family involved. Yeah, everyone's ready for this. Nobody wants to be in panic, negative feelings and all the shit. You just need to be the leader who starts the whole thing. Like, hey guys, we're going to take a moment and we're just going to breathe together. We're going to do gratitude together. We do that as a team. We just sit and everyone gets to say, what are you grateful for right now? I'm grateful to have I'm grateful to be healthy. I'm grateful to have love in my life and have an amazing husband that's very supportive. I'm grateful to have food in my fridge to eat. I'm grateful to be able to have an internet and go online and share with people. I'm grateful for my birthday cake, which I'm going to go to after this. I'm grateful for, the flowers and many greetings that I received. I'm grateful for the view that I have when I look out of my window. What are you grateful for? Stay on point. Stay in the now. Thank you. Stay in the now, everybody. Yeah. And just keep taking it day by day, moment to moment, breath by breath. I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll see you soon. I'll be back here soon. Join me on more of these adventures to just hack our systems and understand that it's our responsibility to be extraordinary. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you, guys. Love you. Thank you. And I'm still figuring about this. So if you ask me a question and I didn't answer it, I'm sorry. I'm still trying to work out this whole Instagram, Facebook live streaming stuff. Thank you. Love you. Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye on Facebook. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.